iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with Gstone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in Gstone box trucks. The Gstone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
I've been doing this a long time. Well, I'll tell you, working the farm, it gets you in great shape for the season. It is hard to get up in the morning sometimes. But a lot of people believe in me. And there's always work to be done on the farm. When I decided to buy a truck, I went to Gstone Motors. Because first of all, they are nice. I checked. Twice. They got me exactly what I wanted when I needed it. And it came with all the bells and whistles. Those heated seats, definitely a favorite feature of mine. I travel halfway around the world to get my truck serviced. That says a lot. You can buy a good truck anywhere. But finding a team of people you can believe in, now that's something special.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at Gstone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. It comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, Service Manager at Gstone Motors.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. At Gstone Motors, our customers know the value of hard work. So we work hard to find them the right vehicle. Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
My father, Gardner Stone, has grown our dealership with one thing in mind: to treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, the way you buy a vehicle now is everything is ordered, so customers have to pick where they want to buy a vehicle. The people coming back for their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth vehicle, it's a good relationship, but that tells you that they know that we're going to take care of them. At Gstone Motors, we just don't make customers, we make long-lasting friends. And I think that separates us.
Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Everybody has some kind of a hobby, and seems that mine was collecting stuff. I've got to the point where I've had to get rid of some of this, and Gstone Motors, they didn't take anything in trade. I'd trade my Caterpillar D4D bulldozer for a pickup. I think it's great service for people to trade in something. The Gstone Motors team is a great group of people that I would recommend to anybody.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at Gstone Motors.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with Gstone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in Gstone box trucks. The Gstone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Race fans, welcome in here tonight. As you see, it's a black screen. Roger, what is going on? Well, race fans, right now we are in a holding pattern here at the Oswego Speedway as we are waiting on a brand new race server. And that's all I got on my screen. Well, I lied to you. Here, look, this is exactly what I see. A brick wall right now. There was an issue with the setup for these 358 modifieds here tonight on championship night. So we are just waiting here just a couple of moments, race fans, before we get these 358 modifieds out there onto the speedway. What was the technical issue? Well, the technical issue was we did not have enough fuel. How do we not have enough fuel, Roger? We normally go 35, 40 laps. Well, not here tonight, not on April the 1st, because, well, we don't joke around on April the 1st, race fans. The race here tonight is 100 laps here for our feature. So these drivers had to make adjustments here on throwback night for the final race of the season. We will see drivers out here in just a couple of moments, race fans, so hang with us in this little bit of a holding pattern. We will get this race to you as soon as we can here from the Oswego Speedway, because tonight we're going to crown a champion. And you guys don't want to miss it. It has come down to just 2 drivers here, so stick with me just a couple of minutes. We'll get this up and running for you. Till we get there, though, race fans, we have a couple more of those Gstone Motors commercials here coming your way. We'll be back here from the Oswego Speedway in just a couple of moments.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at Gstone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. It comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, service manager at Gstone Motors.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. At Gstone Motors, our customers know the value of hard work. So we work hard to find them the right vehicle. Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with Gstone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in Gstone box trucks. The Gstone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
My father, Gardner Stone, has grown our dealership with one thing in mind: to treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, the way you buy a vehicle now is everything is ordered, so customers have to pick where they want to buy a vehicle. The people coming back for their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth vehicle, it's a good relationship, but that tells you that they know that we're going to take care of them. At Gstone Motors, we just don't make customers, we make long-lasting friends, and I think that separates us.
Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Everybody has some kind of a hobby, and seems that mine was collecting stuff. I've got to the point where I've had to get rid of some of this, and Gstone Motors, they take anything in trade. I'd trade my Caterpillar D4D bulldozer for a pickup. I think it's great service for people to trade in something. The Gstone Motors team is a great group of people that I would recommend to anybody.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at Gstone Motors.
I've been doing this a long time. Well, I'll tell you, working the farm, it gets you in great shape for the season. It is hard to get up in the morning sometimes. But a lot of people believe in me. And there's always work to be done on the farm. When I decided to buy a truck, I went to Gstone Motors. Because first of all, they are nice. I checked twice. They got me exactly what I wanted when I needed it. And it came with all the bells and whistles. Those heated seats, definitely a favorite feature of mine. I travel halfway around the world to get my truck serviced. That says a lot. You can buy a good truck anywhere, but finding a team of people you can believe in, now that's something special.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at Gstone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. When it comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, Service Manager at Gstone Motors.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. At Gstone Motors, our customers know the value of hard work, so we work hard to find them the right vehicle. Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
My father, Gardner Stone, has grown our dealership with one thing in mind: to treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, the way you buy a vehicle now is everything is ordered, so customers have to pick where they want to buy a vehicle. The people coming back for their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth vehicle, it's a good relationship, but that tells you that they know that we're going to take care of them. At Gstone Motors, we just don't make customers, we make long-lasting friends, and I think that separates us.
Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Everybody has some kind of a hobby, and seems that mine was collecting stuff. I've got to the point where I've had to get rid of some of this, and Gstone Motors, they take anything in trade. I'd trade my Caterpillar D4D bulldozer for a pickup. I think it's great service for people to trade in something. The Gstone Motors team is a great group of people that I would recommend to anybody.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont. Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at Gstone Motors.
I've been doing this a long time. Well, I'll tell you, working the farm, it gets you in great shape for the season. It is hard to get up in the morning sometimes. But a lot of people believe in me. And there's always work to be done on the farm. When I decided to buy a truck, I went to Gstone Motors. Because first of all, they are nice. I checked twice. They got me exactly what I wanted when I needed it. And it came with all the bells and whistles. Those heated seats, definitely a favorite feature of mine. I travel halfway around the world to get my truck serviced. That says a lot. You can buy a good truck anywhere, but finding a team of people you can believe in, now that's something special.
All right, race fans, take a look at that. That is the Oswego Speedway, and there are cars on the Speedway. We're getting ready. We're closer now. We have the right setup for you, race fans. Thank you all for hanging in there with us as we could make those adjustments with the servers so we could make sure that you who are out there tonight tuning in to watch this racing action, well, get what you came to see. Tonight, you heard me talk about it. Some of these drivers are going to be in their throwback schemes here tonight at the Oswego Speedway for the final race of the season. We have drivers that are throwing it back to their dads. We have some that are throwing it back to their, well, we'll call it their idols. And then we have some that are throwing it back to even themselves from when they started racing years ago. How about this one? There's a driver out here. We'll see him in just a couple of moments. He's out of Pennsylvania. Used to race at the Nazareth Speedway. That's Harold Klump. We're going to get to see that car out there onto the Speedway. Or how about Mr. York out here tonight throwing it back to Dale Plank, a tribute car for him? Or how about my old buddy from north of the border? He's throwing it back to Brett Hearns, the old Bud car. So, hey, there's a lot of great cars. There's more of them to come. But it's championship night. It's what you've all tuned in here tonight to see, to hear, to watch, to find out. Is it going to be one of the two drivers that are here tonight? They put on a heck of a show all season long. Sam Bachman comes into the evening. He holds a slim 27-point lead over Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds holds then a 23-point over Mike Brewer. So really it has come down to Bachman and Reynolds here tonight. These top two drivers, they have some very fast cars here at the Oswego Speedway, and they've been doing a lot of practicing. Let me tell you, I think I even saw Dean actually skip the hockey game to show up to practice night here with these drivers. Also coming into the night, that's not the only points championship battle we have. We also have the Super Dirt Car Series Heat Race Passing Points, and that's still up for grabs because Sam Bachman is leading that championship by just 1 point over Logan Wentz. Dean Reynolds does have 16 points himself, but that's a large deficit to try to make up to catch Sam Bachman. So those are the top three in the Super Dirt Car Series Heat Race Passing Points. We got to thank the Super Dirt Car Series and Dean Reynolds and all the fine folks over at Super Dirt Car Series for helping out the series this year. Coming on board with that little bit of a, well, the championship in those heat races. How do you accumulate points in the heat races? Well, it's simple. If you start 6th and you finish 5th, that is 1 point. Every point forward from there, you get it. You add them up, you tally them up. That's how we get those points in the Super Dirt Car Series passing points here with the 802 series. We also, though, got to thank our fine folks over at Gstone Motors. If it wasn't for the Stones, we wouldn't be here, race fans, so we got to thank them. So if you're in the market for a beautiful Ford, I know, it painfully told me. They told me I had to say it. I said it's going to pain me. I'm only kidding. But hey, those Fords over at Gstone Motors, they don't have it sitting on the lot, race fans. They can order it. You heard those commercials playing earlier. Times are different. We do a lot of things over the internet nowadays. They can order you your Ford at Gstone Motors. They are your family-owned, operated, and certified Ford dealer in Middlebury, Vermont. We thank the Stones over at Gstone Motors. We're just about ready here. Final moments ticking off tonight, race fans. I'm looking at it. 25 drivers strong have entered here tonight at the Oswego Speedway. The Steel Palace is going to send one of these drivers home at the end of these heat races and the last chance qualifier. We only take 24 of these 358 modifieds into our feature race. Tonight's heat races will be 8 laps the distance, 5 to qualify out of the heat races. Everybody else going to have to go to a last chance qualifier. Looking at it here tonight, we should be scheduled for, call it 3 of the heat races here tonight at Oswego. Where have we been, though, this whole season? We've been up and down, and, well, I'm going to tell you about it right after we get this ready, because you can see it, race fans, they're ready to go. So what do you say we get the Gstone Motors Heat Race Heat Race 1 lineup going. Starting on the front row of this one, hailing out of Syracuse, New York, driving car number 79. That'll be the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 of Dean Reynolds. To the outside of row number 1 out of Pennsylvania, driving the Kubota number 39, Full Throttle Motorsports number 39. That'll be Mike Brewer. And how about car number 76? Ryland Banks is back here tonight from north of the border. He'll start P number 3. And to the outside of him, starting car number 16, he has one of those throwback schemes on his machine here tonight. This is going to be car number 16 on the timing and scoring, but for the race fans following along at home, you're going to see an old Billy Decker Napa car out there onto the speedway. Matt Barber in car number 16 tonight, starting in 4th. Cody Harris is back here tonight. A paint scheme on his. I don't have an entry on it, but car number 20 for Cody Harris going to roll from the 5th spot. Jeff Sharp out of the Thunder Ridge Racing Stables. Car number 28 will roll from the 6th spot. And John Morano, haven't seen him in weeks. He is back here tonight. Car 33 will roll from the 7th spot. Glenn Sharp will roll car number 99 here tonight from the 8th starting spot. And Clay Christopherson, car number 51, will roll shotgun to the field. There you see him. No throwback for him because that is his actual paint of his car. He races over the summer months. So there they are. 9 cars strong, ready to roll. And if I'm doing the old uno, doses, and traces out there, race fans, I think we're doing just 2 heat races. So thank you, race fans, for all hanging in there with us here tonight at the Oswego Speedway through that little bit of a delay we had. We thank you for hanging in because you don't want to miss this big show here tonight. You see them. They're out there onto the speedway. The Gstone Motors 358 Modifieds getting ready to turn them loose. 8 laps, 9 drivers. This time out of turn number 4, you see the green flag in the hand of the starter. And we're racing. Turn 1, let's see what they do side by side. A little bit of a push up that time by the number 39 of Mike Brewer. They're making it 3 wide momentarily, and they're settling it back out. It is Dean Reynolds trying to lead the way, and they're trying to make it 3 wide again. That is not Decker down on the bottom. I told you, race fans, that's Matt Barber. Barber picking up 2 spots in the opening lap here tonight in heat race number 1. Everybody trying to go get that number 79 of Dean Reynolds, and he has got a mirror full of Barber down the back straightaway. There you see the 51 of Clay Christopherson also making some hay down there on the bottom side. One driver got to shoot across. Got a little piece of the Armco barrier down to the inside. I believe that was the number 33 of John Morano. One driver having some major problems, and that is Dean Reynolds. Something broke on the number 79 of Reynolds, and oh boy, you spin me right round. You found a fine time to leave me, Will. We stay green flag racing in the heat race competition here tonight at the Oswego Speedway, as it is all Matt Barber out front with Clay Christopherson, Jeff Sharp, Cody Harris, and John Morano right now sitting into the top 4. Sorry, that's the top 5. Ryland Banks is back there, another number 75. There you see him. 75, I believe this is a throwback here for Ryland Banks back to his cousin. So throwing a family throwback on that number 76 here tonight. 76 if it's the transponder, 75 if you're looking around at the car. Here comes Barber. He'll click off another one. It'll be 3 laps remaining here in heat race number 1 tonight. Barber picking up 3 spots. One driver trying to limp around the bottom side of the speedway. That is the number 99 of Glenn Sharp. Sharp there, you see he was wrapped up when Dean Reynolds, Mr. Bean, had a little bit of an incident. Popsicle sticks into the air here, though, for the number 16 there of Barber. Barber, Christopherson, Sharp, Harris, Morano. Everybody is kind of stretched out a little bit. I believe that's an Outlaw Speedway paint scheme here tonight on the John Morano entry. I believe that is what it does say. Final lap around here tonight for heat race number 1. Looking like it's going to be a commanding lead as he gets ready to come across the line. About a 3-second deficit here tonight. It'll be Matt Barber picking up heat race number 1. There's the gap back to the number 51, Clay Christopherson. Jeff Sharp coming out of 4, and then Cody Harris. John Morano just going to hold off Ryland Banks. So Barber picking up another heat race here. That's the second heat race win he's had this season with the 802 series. So that leaves us with another heat race. And this is how they're going to line up heat race number 2 here tonight. How about another one of the north of the border drivers? Driving the number 23 here tonight, that'll be Joey Lattisaur. Lattisaur driving car number 23, starting from the pole. To the outside of him, the driver out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, driving car number 7. Well, it would be if it wouldn't be a throwback. That's right, the number 80 here tonight, throwing it back. I had it. It is right here to his dad's car that he picked up the championship at, I'm going to butcher this speedway, Makatech Speedway. Champion Anthony Roselli tonight, throwing it back to the championship years for his dad. Starting back in P number 3 here tonight, then it's going to be Shane Billings in his throwback. And starting in P number 4, car number 91 here tonight, throwing it back. I had that one, and I just scrolled past it. It's going to be a Kenny Tremont throwback here tonight. But Chad Lackey in car number 91, or the 115, if you will start into the 4th spot. Logan Wentz in the number 18 will start in 5th, and Sean Green in car number 27 will roll from the 6th spot. Starting 7th here tonight, that'll be the, I believe they call him the mascot, Kelly Wheeler in car number 11. Will start 7th. And then it's the driver that used to race at Nazareth Speedway. There you have it, car number 36, or car number 2 on the timing and scoring tonight. Harold Klump throwing it back to himself. It's a great-looking car. So there you have it. Those 8 drivers ready to rock and roll here tonight. Who do you got? We don't have the bean out there. We got rid of the bean. We got these 8. Green flag coming this time out of 4. The 358 Modifieds coming to life here in heat race number 2. Billings going to open up that entry down there into turn 1. See if it helps him on the exit. Nowhere to go. He's stuck behind Joey Lattisaur. Anthony Roselli trying to run away and hide with this one down the back straightaway. Look at Kenny Tremont up around the outside. Oh, that is Chad Lackey. First lap into the books is Anthony Roselli out front. Lackey picking up 2 spots on the opening lap. One driver not having to go get it time. That's number 23 of Joey Lattisaur. Lattisaur has fallen back into the 5th position now. Looks like that car is just a little bit tight, trying to keep it down around the bottom. He's got Kelly Wheeler behind him. Shane Billings just out in front of him. Billings got a throwback on that number 17 here tonight, throwing it back to his dad's modified from the early 1990s. 1990 was a great year, race fans. Everybody single filed out, but Lattisaur still struggling back there in that number 23. Just cannot get off the corners. The car's so tight, trying to get it to rotate. That time through 3 and 4 looks a little bit better. Still throws a little bit of a defensive line in there down the front straightaway. Out front, though, 2 drivers. That's Anthony Roselli there in the number 80 entry. And that is Chad Lackey in the 115. It'll be 3 laps to go here tonight. Still doing it for Dale every time we see 3 up there on the tree. So 3 more times around. Right on board. The Super Dirt Car Series onboard camera here with Anthony Roselli looking back at Chad Lackey. So you're riding on board with the race leader, looking back at the rest of the field. Wentz holding off Shane Billings right now. Billings falling 1 spot since the drop of the green flag here in the heat race. Not sure if it's a throwback on that number 18, but that is a wild paint scheme as the white flag is flying. It'll be the final trip here as you see him working down the back straightaway. One final time for the battle for the race lead. See if who can pick up the heat race win. Is it going to be Roselli? Will it be Lackey? Lackey around the outside. Great run. But it'll be Anthony Roselli. Roselli holding on. And it'll be Roselli, Lackey, Billings, Wentz, Lattisaur, Klump, Green, and Wheeler. So Anthony Roselli picking up that one. Good battle there all the way down to the wire. That's what I think we're going to see a little bit later on here. And I lied to you, race fans. I thought we were going to get away with 2 heat races couple drivers snuck in the back door here tonight. I'll call it the back gate. We'll give you at least one more heat race here tonight. This is how this one's going to line up. Driving car number 77 here tonight in his Dale Plank Tribute car. That'll be Ted York. Starting to the outside of him, that is not Speedy Brissett. That is Scotty Riome. He'll start P number 2. And driving the old Bud car, we don't have Brett Hurd on speed dial here tonight, but that is Justin DeRosier. There in car number 29. And how about the 007 here tonight? Sam Bachman will roll from the 4th spot in his heat race. Brendan Garand in car number 4 will roll there. Looking at it, that is P number 5 tonight for him. How about Ty Dickinson, car number 67, rolling from the 4th starting spot here this evening. 7th spot will be the old champion. Starting in the 7th position out of New York, that is the 03 of Speedy Brissett. And here's one of the drivers that just snuck in the back gate. That's going to be the number 21 here tonight, the Wolfpack Racing, Gstone Motors. Number 21 of Rob Lowell. Lowell in car number 21. That is your 8-car field here. Who do you got, race fans? Could you make a case for Speedy Brissett coming from the tail? How about Ty Dickinson? Maybe Sam Bachman tacks on a couple more of those Super Dirt Car Series heat race passing points. Maybe Scotty Riome from the front. What about Ted York? Another 8 laps on the board, this time out of turn number 3 and 4. Let's get this one going. Great start there by both cars on the second row. Oh boy, I was talking about it, and then it all went sideways out of turn number 2. Bachman was up top there, and it looked like he was going to be able to get around that number 4 of Riome. Just wasn't able to. Down to the inside, JD and the old Bud machine making it dig. Every time I think of that number 3 Bud machine, I think of Syracuse. Scotty Riome not giving up on the top side of the speedway. First lap did go to Ted York. Second lap going to go to Ted York also. 3 wide for that. Oh, it's going to get tight. Scotty Riome got a little bit, we're caught a little bit tight and walked it up the speedway. Good battle back here, though, for that second, third, fourth. 5th is Ty Dickinson back there. A little throwback to his uncle. And I believe Brandon Garrett, who you see down on the bottom side, trying to work to the inside of that 67. It's a throwback to the old Gaudio Racing stables. Four to go. It'll be 3 to go when they come back around here. Yeah, that 67 is a throwback to 1995 to a hobby stock there for his uncle. Pretty good looking picture that they sent in. My dad used to run hobby stocks or street stocks up there at the Big Diamond Raceway back in the 80s. Street stocks always have a little bit of a soft spot. What's not soft is the battle for the race lead. That's still a tough one. Still York out front. We're going to see the white silk this time. The white flag is up here in the final heat race. Who is it going to be? York. DeRosier. Down the back straightaway. They're going to sling it down through 3. Out of 4, who's going to have the better bite? It is going to be Ted York. So Ted York actually picking up his first heat race. It's York, DeRosier, Bachman, Riome, Dickinson, Garand, Brissett, and Lowell is how they're going to wrap that one up here tonight. So as we finish off those heat races, now we're going to find out in the last chance qualifier who is going to go to the 100-lap feature and who is the one driver going home here tonight. Ryland Banks, car number 76, will snag the pole for the last chance qualifier. It's the number 2 out of Pennsylvania. Harold Klump will start there in second. Back in the third spot, be the 04 of Brandon Garand. And then it'll be Glenn Sharp in the 99, rolling from the 4th spot. Fifth will be Sean Green with Speedy Brissett there into the 6th position. Dean Reynolds, the Bean, having to come back from 7th after his issues in his heat race. Kelly Wheeler will start 8th. Rob Lowell in 9th. And Mike Brewer will start shotgun here tonight. Remember, 10 drivers, 10 laps. The man who's penciled in 10th will be the driver that goes home here tonight. You don't want to be the 10th place driver after the 10 laps in the last chance qualifier. After our last chance qualifier here, race fans, we're going to take a couple of moments. We'll wet the old whistle, take our final break of the evening, get those national anthems played, and then we're going to come back with a little bit of a celebration before we head to the 100-lap feature. First, though, we do got to get through this last chance qualifier. If you thought the heat races were good, this last chance qualifier is going to be better because it's the final chance to get in to the final race of the season. You don't want to miss 100 laps here on Throwback Night, that is for sure. This is the race they've had penciled in and circled. They want to make the feature for 100 laps here. It's the longest race of the season. We've done 40 laps. We've never done 100. iRacing.com pace truck is in and off the racing surface. We won't see that again. Ready to go. Banks and Klump. Green flag this time at a turn number 4. There they are. The 358 Modifieds are racing again. Banks with a good start. Battle, though, for second now. Oh, one car up into the wall. One driver pulling it to the infield. That'll be the 99 of Glenn Sharp. Lap number 1 going to go to Ryland Banks. Banks out front. Got about a 5-car length lead down the back straightaway over Harold Klump. So it's Banks, Klump, Garand, Reynolds already up into the 4th spot. Then it's Green, Brissett, Wheeler, Brewer, and Lowell. There you see the 39 of Mike Brewer down around the inside. Oh, and he'll find the inside, and he gets into Kelly Wheeler. Rob Lowell going to go right through the middle like a little bit of a running back there. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, I've always found. Banks out there walking away with this one. Reynolds, though, after his little bit of a rough and tumble run back there in his heat race, he has been able to rebound nicely. There you see that number 79. Picked up 3 positions like they were nothing on that initial drop of the green flag. One driver having some problems, he'll pull it down to the infield. That's car number 21 of Rob Lowell. So Lowell taking the Wolfpack Racing, Gstone Motors number 21 to the infield. Here comes the 27, though, Sean Green. He's finding a little momentum on that top shelf, trying to get around Reynolds, who's struggling all of a sudden. There's Speedy Brissett. I don't think Speedy has ever changed his paint scheme on iRacing since the day he has, well, installed it. I think that has definitely been the same paint scheme. And I guess you can call it a throwback to himself. The same colors he runs on his hobby style. We might have to tear down this 358 Modified after this LCQ because Ryland Banks is absolutely setting some very fast lap times. Mike Brewer just set the fastest lap of the session, but he is back there running into the 7th spot. Not in contention here for the win, as we're going to see the old popsicle sticks. It'll be 2 more times around here at Oswego. Battle back here between Harold Klump and Dean Reynolds. Reynolds trying to take the 3rd spot away from Harold. Harold will work the bottom side, not going to be able to slide up in front of the 79 to break the advantage that Reynolds is going to have by keeping the momentum up top there. He'll beat him back to the line, and now here comes Sean Green. Green trying to take that spot also away. Rylan Banks will work off turn 4, though, and he will pick up the LCQ win. Brandon Grand, and then it's going to be Dean Reynolds at the line. Give it to the number 27, Sean Green. Then it's going to be Klump, Brewer, Brissett, Wheeler, and Sharp is actually able to get back out onto the raceway, and he will finish into the 9th spot. That will send Rob Lowell back home here tonight. So Rob Lowell will be the odd man out. So unfortunately here, Rob Lowell is going to miss the feature. Maybe we'll be able to sneak him in with a provisional here tonight for the final race of the season. Race fans, we're going to take a quick step out. We're going to be back after the national anthems. You don't want to miss the 4-wide salute when we come back.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with Gstone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding and Gstone box trucks. The Gstone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business. And so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
My father, Gardner Stone, has grown our dealership with one thing in mind: to treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, the way you buy a vehicle now is everything is ordered, so customers have to pick where they want to buy a vehicle. The people coming back for their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth vehicle, it's a good relationship, but that tells you that they know that we're going to take care of them. At Gstone Motors, we just don't make customers, we make long-lasting friends, and I think that separates us.
Gstone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Everybody has some kind of a hobby, and seems that mine was collecting stuff. I've got to the point where I've had to get rid of some of this, and Gstone Motors, they didn't take anything in trade. I'd trade my Caterpillar D4D bulldozer for a pickup. I think it's great service for people to trade in something. The Gstone Motors team is a great group of people that I would recommend to anybody.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back, race fans, as you see the drivers coming out here onto the speedway. We will come around here and we will start to assemble these 358 modifieds into a 4-wide salute. We haven't done it before here this season, but there's no time like right now here at the Oswego Speedway. As you see them out of turn 4, they're going to assemble into the 4-wide salute. To all you race fans out there, these are the drivers that you've watched all season. You've pulled for them. You've seen them run at the front. You've seen them up and over. Tonight, they bring out their best piece of machinery. Here, these 358 modifieds are your favorite drivers. Can't wait to see which one of these drivers are able to park their 358 modified here tonight in Victory Lane, or which one of these drivers are going to take home a champion. We will have a first-time champion here after tonight's race. I'm excited. Hope you race fans are excited. Who do you say's got the nicest car out there? They're out there, race fans. Who do you see? Who do you got? Remember, tonight's championship has really come down to just being 2 drivers here tonight. Sam Bachman and Dean Reynolds just separated by 27 points. And I promise you, race fans, they just Houdini'd so we can just get this one kicked off and started here tonight. We'll call it the technology. As you see it, they're ready. Well, race fans, I wish I could have told you that we just did that with the microphone flipped off and upside down. Oh boy, what a way to do that one. It'll be Barber starting P number 1 with Roselli to the outside of him. Then it'll be York, DeRosier, Lackey, Billings, Sharp, Harris, Bachman, Riome, Wentz, Ladisor, Ryland Banks. That'll be Ty Dickinson. Dean Reynolds coming from deep here tonight with a championship chance. Garan, Klump, Green, Brissett, Brewer, Sharp, Wheeler, Christopherson, and Morano will actually tag the back of the field. So now that we got the microphone on, and y'all can hear my terribleness on this microphone, race fans, we're ready. 100 laps here tonight. The first time we've ever done 100 laps with the Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series. Hope you're ready, because it's a marathon here tonight. It'll be Barber and Roselli on the front row with York and DeRosier back there. Green flag this time is out. We're now racing in the championship night at the Oswego Speedway. Great start for Roselli, trying to run him around the outside. Couple drivers out of shape towards the mid-pack, but everybody gets it gathered up and back under control. Lap 1 will be car number 7 of Anthony Roselli leading the way. Still has the number 16 there of Barber just behind him. They're going to go 3 wide. That was York down to the bottom side. He got a little bit out of shape, and they decided that 3 wide was not going to be the play here early. One driver in the middle, that is York. Driver down low coming into that picture there. Thought about showing the nose and going below. That was the number 91 of Chad Lackey. The throwback schemes trying to throw at me for a loop up here, trying to watch the timing and scoring and put it all together for your race fans. That number 3, I'm telling you, is not Brett Hearn. That's not Brett Hearn. That is not Decker out front. That is Billings, though, in car number 17. That stays the same. Everybody just minding their P's and Q's here early in this one. Dean Reynolds has already picked up 4 spots. Ryland Banks has picked up 4 spots. Look at that 67 right there. Ty Dickinson, he hasn't picked up any, but he's been locked in battles, though. He's got Reynolds to the outside of him. Klump coming up behind him. Got some movers that had to start deep into the field. That 39 also back there of Mike Brewer, starting deep tonight. Joey Ladisor having a little bit of problems in that number 23. I think he tagged the wall out of turn number 4, got it out of shape. Reynolds jetted down to the bottom side. Ladisor now right around the outside there of the Mr. Bean Reynolds machine. Early in this one, Ryland Banks in car number 76. There's that actually 75 on the door panel, 76 on the transponder loop. He's picked up 5, and he's just 1 spot out of the top 10. He's got to get around Jeff Sharp, who's locked in the battle right now with Scott Riome. Eight laps when they come back around. Where's the race leaders? There they are. Anthony Roselli holding off Matt Barber that are out front. It'll be 8 laps into the books. Every lap here so far has been led by Anthony Roselli. So Roselli doing absolutely everything he can to hold off that number 16 of Barber. I just saw him go down there into turn number 3. Almost got the inside wall. Had to back out of it. Barber backed out of it also. 1 car up into the wall. That was the 76 of Ryland Banks. Banks got into the wall. Scott Riome got back around. Oh, now! Scotty Riome was into the wall and nowhere for Banks to go. He got back into the rear bars of that number 4. Now Riome going to go 3 wide to the outside. Dickinson in the middle. Down below, that's the bottom side there for Logan Wentz. So Wentz still wrapping the bottom. Reynolds is right there. Speedy Brissett falls back into that 16th spot. Riome, who was inside the top 10, is now back there running into the 12th spot. Battle up here, though. It's the 77 of York. There's the 20 of Harris. There's Chad Lackey and Bachman. Bachman just has to have a solid night and finish within, I believe it is 13 spots of Dean Reynolds as they're 3 wide that time as the 77 of York slipped up and out of the groove. They were able to sort it out. Calling this back here, definitely the Hornets' nest, because look who you got. You got Dickinson, Reynolds, Wentz, Brissett, Brewer, Green, Plump, Christopherson. Everybody is just right here, running from about the 10th spot back on top of each other. Pick a spot on the racetrack and you can definitely find side-by-side racing. Christensen had something go wrong on the initial start here tonight, and the number 51, who was scheduled to roll from inside the top 5 all the way back to the 21st starting position. So he's back here running 21st. Only a handful of drivers just behind him right now. Kelly Wheeler back into the 22nd spot. Glenn Sharp there, the 99. He's back running 23rd. And John Morano, there it is. He's back there. That is 24th current position on the scoring. Rosier and Billings back here running 3rd and 4th. They've been able to pick up 3 and 4 spots respectively. Caution lights are on. It looks like something happened to the Gagnon Racing number 4. Take a look back here in just a couple of moments and see what exactly happened. A couple drivers coming to the hot pits. Take a look at the number 4. Oh, Dean Reynolds. Something happened to Reynolds. He's going to call. Oh, you can't park there, Brandon. I have to look back and see what happened to Dean Reynolds. Oh, Dean got 4 in the fluff and nowhere for Lattisaur to go. As Reynolds was sideways, Speedy Brissett involved, Clump involved. Dean Reynolds comes out of that with some damage on the front. The rear end looks a little knocked out of that one. That's what will put us under the first caution flag of the evening here at the Oswego Speedway. Well, how about it, Justin? We're playing along. Let's see if we still know how to operate this old time machine that we got here in front of us. There you go. Dean Reynolds is able to carry on here. He was able to jump down to the infield there at the hot pits. He got a brand new Gstone Motors 358 modified. He's back out there onto the racetrack. Looks like the number 4, Brandon Guerin, also able to get back out there onto the raceway. So everybody is back out there, and we're ready to rock, ready to roll as the iRacing.com pace track is off. It'll be 17 laps in the books when we take the green flag here out of the 100 schedule from the Oswego Speedway. Great start again by the front row there of Anthony Roselli. Billings now coming to life on the outside. Seeing if he can take and steal that second position away from Matt Barber, and it's looking like he might. We're 1 lap back to green, and it's everybody chasing Anthony Roselli, but now Billings, he's probably not breathing. Somebody check that stream for the number 17. He is coming for the race lead down the back straightaway. He'll pull even as they enter turn 3. Even as they go through turns 3, let's see what it looks like off of turn number 4. It'll be the drag race to the line. First lead change of the evening right here with 19 laps in the books. Shane Billings now being scored as the race leader. It'll be Billings, Roselli, Barber, Bachman as they work down the back straightaway here. Boy, look at that 17 go. Barber up into the Armco barrier that time in 3 and 4. Snagged the right rear just a little bit, but he was able to keep it rocking and rolling. Bachman through the middle. That's Barber and Lackey. Lackey in the 115, working the bottom side of the speedway. Bachman going to go down there. He'll now snag a little piece of that bottom. Everybody flirting with the outside wall down there in 3 and 4. These drivers told me that's going to be the spot they have to stay away from. There's a little bit of a, we're calling a glitch in the system here with iRacing, that if you get the right rear up on the wall in turn 3 and 4, it could Houdini you back to the hot pits, and that's not what you want to do, because at that point your race is going to be over. As you see the 0-3 of Speedy Percent into the back of the number 23 of Joey Lattisaur. These drivers battling currently back here for the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th position on the speedway, as we're closing in on a quarter of the way into this one. Dean Reynolds is still back there. Oh, one driver into the inside wall. I believe that was the number 33 of John Morano. Morano took the left front, shortened it up just a little bit. There's the race leader, and there's the Bachman. Bachman currently holding on to the second position. He's got Lackey just behind him. Roselli on that restart got a good start, and then all of a sudden slipped just the littlest bit, and Roselli back to fourth. Barber, who was also battling for the race lead before that caution flag came out, he's now back to running in fourth. There you see the Billy Decker tribute car. There you see the Brett Hurd machine. You would swear we were at Syracuse. Lackey trying to get around the Bachman entry down on the bottom side. We've seen the outside work here. We've seen the inside work so far tonight. Billings was able to get the race lead from the outside. Now Lackey was able to get around Bachman for second on the inside. A great track here tonight that these guys have worked in. We got racing all over this place. No big pothole, though, down in the corner. I know you race fans, you're probably thinking this can't be Oswego. It's too smooth. Well, I can see these cars bouncing around off the corners, bouncing around getting into the corners. Just no big crater yet. The Grand Canyon has not opened up. Lattisaur and Brissett still working the outside there, running back into what is the 16th and 17th position. Looks like Clay Christensen has worked himself into 13th now. He's just running one spot behind Logan Wentz. Every week here, call it the last 4 weeks, I've talked about Cody Harris having some great runs. Here with just 29 laps out of the 100 in, Cody Harris has picked up 3 spots inside the top 10. That number 20 is running. Let's see if he can keep it rolling. '67 of Ty Dickinson working into this battle also. He's bringing Ryland Banks along with Ted York. Has fallen back to the 11th position after that last restart. Nothing has changed out front, race fans. You want to see where the race leader is? There he is. I mean, he does have a little bit of company, and that is that 91 of Chad Lackey. So Billings still out front. Lackey rolling the bottom. Billings has not come off the top side of the speedway. Don't know if that's where he feels he is saving the most. Maybe he thinks Lackey down below is starting to chew up that right rear tire. Tire wear will become a factor here tonight at the Oswego Speedway before the 100-lap feature is in the books. Roselli back around the 007 of Bachman. So Roselli back to running into the third spot. Now put Bachman back to running in fifth. Remember, Bachman came in as one of those championship drivers. Well, where's his championship foe? There he is, Dean Reynolds, working off of turn number 4 right now, running back into the 17th spot. Had trouble in his heat race, had trouble early on here in this feature. Looking like he's got some Nerf bar damage also on the back end of that one. These drivers do have a fast repair, quote-unquote, a backup car sitting down on the infield if they were to need it. I thought Reynolds was going to need it after that yellow flag came out, but I don't know if he actually took it. We don't have that available to us as the race lead is going to go to Chad Lackey. Remember how we talked about there was a little bit of a glitch? Let's take a look here. This is how the race lead exchanged hands. Watch the 17, and poof, he is gone. So a night that Shane Billings looks like he was going to be able to finish in the top half of the field. Sometimes I don't know where Justin out there, where you get your stuff from, my friend, but all right, we'll go with it. Dickinson inside the top 10, and oh, he's up against the wall. So is Ryland Banks. Oh, we talked about Ty Dickinson, and just what happened to Shane Billings just happened to Ty Dickinson right there in front of us, race fans. Ejecto Cedo, cuz. Chad Lackey is your race leader with Anthony Roselli, Sam Bachman, and Matt Barber now. There you see the top four as they all came by into turn one. Dean Reynolds working the outside. That is the 27th, Sean Green down low. The only driver that's been able to pick up double-digit positions so far here tonight in the first half of this one, we're not quite halfway, is that 0-3 of Speedy Brissett. Speedy Brissett did pick up a championship here with the 350A Modified Series, and that was back in season number 1. He was the driver that picked up the first ever Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series championship. We're in season number 3 here, seeing if it's going to be seeing if it's going to be Bachman or if it is going to be Reynolds here tonight picking up this championship. Reynolds, you see him still back there in the background running 13th. Bachman up there battling with Roselli and Barber there for the 4th position. Glenn Sharp, unfortunately, looks like he got the wall in turn 3 and 4. Closing in on halfway here tonight at the Oswego Speedway, and the Kenny Tremont throwback machine is out front here tonight, being piloted by Chad Lackey. There's Anthony Roselli in the number 80, throwing it back to his dad and his championship machine built at home in the garage. That's the 17 of Billings. Billings is, not on the lead lap anymore. Taking a look at it, looks like he is about 3 laps down. So, Roselli holding on to that second spot. And then you have the Decker machine back here being piloted tonight by Matt Barber. Barber is sitting in P number 3 in his yellow, number 91. No throwback for Bachman, just throwing it back to himself. JD just behind him running in 5th in the old Bud machine. That's the top 5 as they run as we close in. We're just 4 laps away from halfway here tonight at the Oswego Speedway. Where is the old Bean machine? Well, he's up to 10th. Oh, Speedy, hold on to her. Just as the camera panned back to this battle back here, Speedy Brissett tagged the turn 4 wall. Dean Reynolds was able to boot, scoot, and boogie down around him. So Reynolds now inside the top 10 for the first time here this evening. Speedy Brissett has fallen back to the 11th spot. Ted York back into the top 10. Christensen still making up ground there. He is running the bottom side of the speedway in that number 51. He is 13th. Ty Dickinson, well, race fans, he's back out onto the raceway. He's being scored 23rd position. 3 laps behind the race leader of Chad Lackey. Ty Dickinson, unfortunately, got up into the outside Armco barrier in turns 3 and 4 and went outside the ballpark due to a glitch with iRacing. All these drivers were warned to try and stay away from the wall in turns 3 and 4. And unfortunately, Ty found the black hole. He is back out onto the raceway here, being scored 23rd. Glenn Sharp had that also happen to him. Glenn is down on pit road. We'll call it the hot pits right now in car 99, being scored 24th. out of nowhere, the Bean Reynolds machine is now trying to get around Cody Harris, and that would be for the 7th position. So Reynolds, who did not have a good heat race, did not have a good start here to the feature, at halfway now is inside the top 10, and that car is definitely set on dig. Reynolds just got around Harris. Now the next machine that the number 79 will come upon would be the 28, and that is Jeff Sharp. And Jeff Sharp has a half a straightaway, I believe. Let's see if we go on board. I believe he has one of those Super Dirt Car Series onboard cameras. He does. There you see the Super Dirt Car Series onboard camera with the number 28 of Jeff Sharp, who is running 6th right now. He is halfway down the straightaway into the corner. So call it a straightaway deficit over Dean Reynolds. About 5 seconds is what that is. Rosier holding off the number 007 of Bachman. Bachman sitting 5th right now. Remember, Bachman and Reynolds are the 2 championship drivers that are going at it. Right now, the nod still continuing to be in the favor of the 007 of Sam Bachman. Number 23 of Joey Lattisaur right now, I believe, is the final driver on the lead lap. Joey running a part-time schedule here with the Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series. Only got to run a handful of races towards the end of the season. He's got the Mr. Radiator Auto Service on board, that number 23. It's always good to see Joey out here when he's got some free time. Battle here, though, Scotty Riome. And the number 27, Sean Green. Green's actually had a pretty good run so far here tonight. He's been able to pick up 7 spots as he found it. We're going to have to stop showing people. Susie, exactly what you just saw happen there to the number 27 of Sean Green is what happened to Ty. Hate to see it for all these drivers because some of these drivers are having some of the best runs they've had. Hey, there's the mascot. Oh no, one driver spinning down the front straightaway. The 39 of Mike Brewer has come to a stop on the front straightaway, and that'll bring the second caution flag of the evening out. The 39 got stuck into the wall there, bringing out the second caution flag of the evening. You see him rolling away down into turn number 1. Got the Full Throttle Motorsports number 39 pointed and rolling again. Take a look. Oh, just got hard right rear into the outside fence, spun it around. Look at everybody able to navigate and negotiate their way through that. Right on board here, the Super Dirt Car Series onboard camera with the number 39. It says, hold my beer. Could have been bad there as you saw the number 77 of Ted York right behind Brewer. That's just a hopeless feeling there. You're spun around on the front straightaway. Just know where you can run and hide as the whole field is starting to bear down on you. So that'll throw a monkey wrench into some of these drivers. These drivers do not have to come to pit road here for fuel. And, well, there's a reason for that, race fans. Remember that long delay we had, about the almost 20-minute delay to get this one kicked off here tonight? Well, we didn't have enough fuel. And with iRacing, you unfortunately cannot add fuel to any dirt car. So these 358 modifieds, if we didn't pack enough fuel in them from the start, we weren't going to make it because we couldn't throw an open red or anything for these drivers to refuel their 358 modifieds. So every time you see a caution flag, I'm sure a lot of these drivers are going, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I hope we can make it. So what you started the race with is what you got. No tire changes, no fuel added, no adjustments allowed after the green flag here tonight. We're coming back racing, though, as you see them side by side. It'll be Lackey down to the inside, Roselli to the outside, Barber and Bachman. Green flag back into the air to be 59 laps completed here tonight at Oswego. Great start by Lackey out front. A good start by Roselli back into second. Then it's Bachman side by side with Barber. Barber to the inside. Oh, hold on to her. A couple drivers up against that outside wall. A lot of these drivers like to risk it for that biscuit, and boy, they were close that time through 3 and 4, some of them. Let's see who's able to willing to go up to the top. You see everybody pretty much went down low. One driver bouncing it, bouncing it, bouncing it. Hydraulics in that number 20 into the outside catch fence. Catch fence for Cody Harris. So the third time the caution lights have come on all around the speedway. And, oh, yeah, you can see it shredded the front end off that number 20. See if he can make it down here. It looks like he should be able to make it to the hot pits. Brewer also coming in, but this is what happened to Cody Harris. Watch the 20 to the outside. Gets into the wall hard and tries to drive out of it. And then it caught and it stuck. That would have been a very lengthy fence repair if we were actually at the Oswego Speedway. But here on iRacing, that fence didn't move. Take a ride on board with the Harris, number 20. Might have been trying to grab a drink out of the front row. All right, so taking a look at it, everybody back out except for... We don't have Logan Wentz anymore. He has called it a night at the midway portion here tonight. Glenn Sharp is still in his machine, but he is being scored very many laps. Let's just say very many laps. Mike Brewer has not made it back out onto the speedway. I did see him jet down to the hot pits. He is still down there in the number 39. There you see Brewer. 33 of John Morano coming back out. Field being told 2 by 2 because we're ready to roll. iRacing.com pace truck off the raceway. Roselli to the outside. Lackey to the inside. Back to power. Lackey able to chop the nose of that number 80 machine there of Anthony Roselli as they work through turns 1 and 2. Barber trying to come back onto the outside, and oh, hold on to her. Bachman sliding into them DMs. Dean Reynolds trying to go all the way up around the outside there. DeRosier says, absolutely not. You're not grabbing one of my buds out of my machine, and he threw the block on the number 79 of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds had to check up and lost the spot back to Jeff Sharp. Anywhere you put him, you got racing. Reynolds now back around number 28 of Jeff Sharp. Ryland Banks back there running an 8th. He's got Speedy Brissett behind him, and oh, Banks into the outside wall. Hold on. You saw him trying to wheel that one, and he did. He was able to keep it out of the wall just enough that it did not suck him into that little bit of a sucker hole. But he will lose the spot to Speedy Brissett, so to be Brissett now into 8th. Christopherson, you see him working the bottom side. And how about Mr. Wheeler? Wheeler into the 12th spot now, all the way from 23rd. These longer events always allowing these drivers to methodically work their way through the field. Out front, though, it is still Chad Lackey, Roselli, Barber all over the back end of that number 80 down the front straightaway. Barber going to show the nose, little contact there. Robbins Racing in short track racing. Lap number 69 going to go on the board nicely this time by out of the 100 scheduled. A good run all around so far here tonight from Oswego. Look at Barber. He was just able to hug that inside lane through 3 and 4. Roselli going to have to give him a little room this time. Tries to run him up the speedway. Who's going to have the bite off 2? Down the back straightaway they go. Looks like Roselli is going to be able to put the power down in his 358. He holds on to that second position. It's Lackey, Roselli, Barber. One driver into the wall back there. I believe that was the number 79 of Reynolds. The Bean. Trying to get it. As these drivers all... Oh, hold on to her! Scotty! Oh, they're going to spin him around. One of them up onto the outside wall. I believe that's the... Uh-oh, Ty Dickinson up against that fence line again. I don't think he's going to get out of that. I believe he's going to have to... Well, he'll try it. He'll try anything at least once, he told me. This is what happened, though. The number 4. Scotty Real almost got into Speedy Brissett, checked it up, and then nowhere for Wheeler to go. So everybody trying to find some racing room. There you go, right on board. This is actually with the number 67 of Ty Dickinson. Just know where he was going. Launched him into the outside catch fence. So as the iRacing.com pace truck is back out onto the raceway, race fans, we got to thank you. Another amazing season here with the Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series presented by 802 Racing. Yes, the dirt side of things may be done here after tonight, but you can still catch more 802 Racing with the asphalt side of things, as they still have 5 races left in their Cup Series. You can catch all the other asphalt side of things right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network every Sunday night. Brett the Jet behind the call on the microphone there for those drivers. They got the NASCAR Next Generation Cup cars. You see some of the drivers out here from the dirt side of things on the asphalt also. See how some of your favorite dirt drivers stack up for some of the best asphalt racers on Sunday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But first, let's finish this one off here tonight and see who is going to be the Season 3 champion after, well, after we figure this one out. Another good start. Uh-oh, one up, sideways. They gather it up, and oh, Harold Klump actually going to go for a ride. Shane Billings is... Shane, you cannot park there like a turtle. I'm telling you, you can't park there. The caution lights coming on here for the 5th time now tonight. I'm sure these drivers are starting to really look at their fuel levels. Take a look, see what happened. Looks like the 28 of Sharp was sideways, and everybody else fighting for room down there in the corner. right on board. This is with Shane Billings. As Shane Billings was on his lid, that's how actually my good friend Doug Ungari out there. That's how he normally looked. Doug used to run here with the 802 Modified Series. Has taken a step away over the last couple of seasons from iRacing. Has focused on his, we'll call it a driving career for you, Doug. Up there competing in Montana. Doug, what was it, a third place in the championship and then a second place last year by just, I believe, a point. Maybe one day we'll see Doug back out here with the 802 series. Getting the final touches on the scoring of where everybody was when that caution flag did come out. A couple drivers have called it an evening here. I believe we have lost the number the 18 of Wentz. And the 99 of Sharp. The lights are out on the iRacing.com page track, so that means everybody, according to the scores, are where they belong. So it'll be Lackey, Roselli on the front row, ready to go. Good start by the front three. They're trying to run away and hide from the rest of the field. Here comes Reynolds again, working the outside. He's got some great runs on these restarts on the outside lane. There's that 007 of Bachman. He's fallen back behind the number 79 of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds is going to need a little bit of help from that 007 of Bachman to get himself a championship. Top four are trying to drive away from Sharp and Reynolds and Bachman. Christopherson is right there also. Reynolds up into the fence line that time through 3 and 4. Pulled it back off. Got to gather back up 3 wide down into turn number 1. Here comes the number 51, Christopherson down into the infield. Sharp and then the 007 of Bachman. Uh-oh, Reynolds going to bang it off the boards once again. Reynolds driving like a man that has been possessed here tonight. Maybe it's because he didn't get to go watch the hockey game this week. Roselli, though, also locked in a battle up here. Remember, it's still Lackey. He's been out front on cruise control for most of the night. Lackey, Roselli, Barber, the top three as they run. Ted York back here with Wheeler and Banks and Harris. Oh, contact. Sideways for York. He holds on to it. One into the fence, one into the fence. I believe Ryland Banks and Joey Lattisaur just found the Ejecto Raceway, cuz. Hate to see that for them. Still got this battle back here. Under 20 laps to go here from the Oswego Speedway here tonight. Championship night for the Gstone Motors 350A Modified Series. Couldn't have asked for much of a better night here from these drivers. No matter where you look, you've been able to find somebody side by side. Oh, sideways. Trying to get side by side. That is Roselli and Barber. They're trying. Bachman going to get back around Reynolds also. Here comes Barber to the inside. A little bit of a muscle, and he'll get around that number 7 of Anthony Roselli. Barber muscled Roselli up off the bottom side and then gave him a little bit of a hip check and said, man, I gotta go. The laps are really clicking off. So it's now Lackey, Barber, and Roselli back to running in third. Here comes DeRosier, and along with Christopherson running fourth and fifth. The Bud cars just kind of been hanging out there all night. Maybe saving a couple of those Buds for victory lane. Bachman, I told you, race fans got back around Reynolds. Reynolds back to running in seventh now. Sharp is running in eighth. Wheeler is in ninth, and Speedy Brissett rounds out the top 10. Remember, we talked about how Clay Christopherson was supposed to start into the fourth spot and had to go to the back? Well, he's back to running in fourth here with just 14 laps remaining. The 51 has passed the most cars here tonight. Caution lights are on with 14 laps to go. The sixth caution flag of the evening is coming out, and I believe it is for the number 2 of Harold Klump. What happened to Klump and his throwback machine to his days over at the Nazareth Speedway? Oh, he just got it up against the boards and it spun it around and right in front of the race leader. So 14 to go, race fans. We're still going to go back racing here. We're still going to be in double file formation when we take the green flag. If we get to 10 laps to go and we get a caution flag, we will go single file per the rule book. Is your driver still in it, race fans? Lackey, Barber. They're up there running two. Then it's Roselli, Christopherson, DeRosier, and then it's going to be Bachman, Reynolds, Sharp, Wheeler, Brissett, Riome, Harris, and York. Those are the drivers that are still on the lead lap. 13 drivers to be exact. Who do you have? Morano sitting into that 14th position here in his return back to the series. Him and Brandon Garrett are on the same lap battling for 14th. Then you have Sean Green, Shane Billings, and Harold Klump. They're all battling for 16th, 17th, and 18th on the same lap. Banks is back out there. He is on his own lap. Joey Latosaurus back out there. He is on his own lap. Brewer, Dickinson, Wentz, and Sharp have all called it an evening here from the Oswego Speedway. 14 to go. Give them 13 when they take the green flag left here tonight at Oswego. And a great start for Lackey again. Roselli trying to get to the inside there and get around of Matt Barber. Here comes Clay Christopherson working the outside. Couple drivers going to bang it off the boards again up there in 3 and 4. It's Lackey, Barber, Christopherson, Roselli, Bachman across the line. That's your top 5. Christopherson running that middle groove, and it looks like he'll be able to clear the 80 of Anthony Roselli this time out of turn 4. So he has that spot all to himself, and now he can set his eyes on the number 16 of Matt Barber, who's running 1 spot ahead of him. It'll be double high fives this time by at the flag stand. It'll be 10 laps remaining here. 10 to go. Here comes that 007 of Sam Bachman again. He's back on the bars there of that number 7 of Anthony Roselli. DeRosier, and then it's going to be Reynolds there working the outside. Here comes Wheeler. One driver going to get a little bit of a hip check and up into the outside wall. I believe that was the 20. Cody Harris got a little bit of a check there from the number 27 of Sean Green. Cody Harris running into the 12th spot, 2 spots back from where he started tonight here. No change for the race lead, but still the battle there for second. Barber has a lot of pressure from Clay Christopherson. Clay Christensen was able to win last time we were here at the Oswego Speedway, as he actually just got a little piece of the inside wall that time in 3 and 4. So 7 laps remaining. Bachman really giving it all she's got there. Here comes Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler trying to slide in front of that number 79 late in the game on this one. Coming this time by, we'll see the "Hi, how are ya" in the air. It'll be 5 fingers waving at the drivers as they come by. It'll be 5 more times around. Laps really kicking down here as Lackey is still out front. Here comes Clay Christensen again down to the inside on Barber. 4 to go, and at the line, Barber's still going to hold that second position at the scoring stripe. Christensen, I don't know what more he can try to do to get around as you see him down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. This time, Barber going to slip off the bottom side of the speedway. That will allow the 51 to the inside at the stripe. Barber back around the 51 just by the nose of the bars on that entry. This time, though, a great run there by Clay Christopherson. Clay should be able to slide up in front of that number 91, 16 of Barber. Old popsicle sticks are up, though. The sand in the hourglass is running out. There's the race leader as he works down the back straightaway. Been in command all night long. He hasn't been the only leader, but he's going to lead the most laps here tonight, as he'll see the white silk for the final time here this season. It's the final trip around the speedway for Chad Lackey. Lackey trying to go to victory lane for the first time ever in his career. And it will happen in the season finale. Chad Lackey will go to victory lane. So Lackey picks up the win here tonight, followed by Christopherson, Barber, Roselli. At the line, it's going to be Justin DeRosier, then Bachman, Wheeler, Reynolds back to 8th, Sharp, Riome, York, Harris, all finishing out on the lead lap. What a race that was, race fans. And I'm telling you, the point standings, I'm not going to tell you who picked up the championship. You're going to have to wait, race fans, until they tally up all the points here. After this 100-lap feature from the Oswego Speedway, there you see the top 3 on the front straightaway. We will get to talk to those top 3. And then we will get to talk to your champion as soon as we tally it up. So, hey, race fans, what do you say? You stayed with us this long. Give us a handful of minutes here, and let's talk to the top drivers after this race. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here to the Oswego Speedway to wrap things up.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
I've been doing this a long time. Well, I'll tell you, working the farm, it gets you in great shape for the season. It is hard to get up in the morning sometimes. But a lot of people believe in me. And there's always work to be done on the farm. When I decided to buy a truck, I went to Gstone Motors. Because first of all, they are nice. I checked. Twice. They got me exactly what I wanted when I needed it. And it came with all the bells and whistles. Those heated seats, definitely a favorite feature of mine. I travel halfway around the world to get my truck serviced. That says a lot. You can buy a good truck anywhere, but finding a team of people you can believe in, now that's something special.
Welcome back here, race fans. The Oswego Speedway here tonight. Throwback night, the final night of the season for all these drivers of the Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series. Just finished up their 100-lap feature, and I can tell you, their arms are like jello. They're ready to relax after this one. But let's kick things off with the driver that will go ahead and pick up his first career victory with the series. Let's hand it on over, as it is going to go to the driver of that number 91 of Chad Lackey. Chad, a great run for you here tonight as you're able to pick up your first career win, and it comes here in the season finale at the Oswego Speedway.
Yeah, it feels great, Roger. It's awesome being up front with all these fast guys in this league here. Really slick, slow track tonight. You had to hook it right to the bottom. It was all about tire game and saving your tires, and yeah, it was great.
You talk about great. How did it feel, though, after, call it, 92 laps out there on this surface? How was that car still feeling?
Car felt great. I knew if I just stuck it to that inside wall, people were going to have a real issue trying to get by me. So I just ran my line, and pretty much that's it.
Were you worried late in this one that we might get one of those caution flags late that was going to bring everybody right back to the back bars of this car?
I was definitely expecting a caution to come out within the last 10 laps, yeah. I knew everyone was going to be getting in a hurry there to get to the front, so I was expecting a caution to come for sure.
But hey, it didn't, and it allows you to pick up your first career victory with the series. But as you pick up this first career victory, that's going to be special for you. But talk to us tonight here about this number 115 paint scheme that you threw on this car here tonight.
Yeah, this 115's a tribute car to Kenny Tremont, guy who I used to watch a little bit back in the day. Still races, but yeah, I love the look of this car, and honestly, I saw it and I was gonna go for a Marcel Lafrance car. Then I saw this, and I'm like, you know what? This is close enough, and I couldn't find a Marcel Lafrance car, so I just went with this one. But yeah, sharp looking car. Feels good to get a win with it.
Good looking car, great car to be plastered all over the Discord, the Facebook pages after a victory here tonight. So what do you say, Chad? Let's roll the red carpet out for the first time in your career. Don't get it dirty like Dean did the other week. And who do you got to thank on the old side of the virtual machine?
Well, speaking of Dean, I got to give a massive shout out to him there. He for sponsoring a couple of my buddies and I getting into 802 and coast to coast. Awesome. I really appreciate you doing that, Dean. I gotta thank Billings Motorsports. I gotta thank the guys in the Discord, Matt, Rylan, Shane, Justin. We put so much time into this, and it just takes everyone.
There you
I
have
also
it.
gotta give a shout out to Vertex Graphics for hooking me up with a sweet wrap on my original ride.
Well, see, you always forget one.
There's always one.
You got to have that list ready, I tell you. But hey, congratulations,
Matt's
Chad.
taking notes right now. Matt's taking notes.
Somebody's always got to do that for him. But hey, congratulations on picking up that first career win.
Thanks a lot, Roger.
So there you
Good
have
run,
it.
Chad.
Chad Lackey picking up his first career win. The driver, though, that had passed more cars than anybody here tonight. How about it, Clay Christensen? That car looked really good. You just ran out of laps at the end.
Yeah, I was hoping for one more caution, but pretty much the whole time it was a run the bottom, set pace, turn left. We were running it like an asphalt car for probably the first 70, and then I started getting on it a little bit, see what the car could do. And then probably about 15 to go is when I actually started passing cars. Yeah, the car just kind of felt gripped up wherever I put it. Middle was starting to feel pretty good towards the end too.
So you're telling me you were actually out there making left-hand turns?
Oh yeah, I was turning left a lot.
I hope you were going fast and making left-hand turns.
Oh, she was going, but I think I burnt up to like 65 or 70% on the right front, so she was being used.
What is it about this track here at Oswego that you like so much? Because last time we were here, you were able to pick up the victory, and then tonight you had to start tail, and you still made it back with a chance to pick up a W.
I enjoy running the bottom, and this track is it rewards you so much if you're consistent and pace yourself on the bottom. I mean, you don't even have to be the fastest car, but eventually you'll get side by side with that guy. And no, it's just really satisfying hitting the bottom here too. It's one of my favorite tracks for bottom.
Well, hey, how about this? It was the bottom, and this car, the bottom of it, stayed down on the track all night long. Talk about your paint scheme here tonight, as it looks like a very familiar one to you.
Yeah, I've had this paint scheme on my real race car, the 358 there, big block, and even on R Factor for probably the last 15, 20 years. I don't like change, but I figure that's pretty retro.
Well, it is a good-looking hot rod out there. We look forward to seeing it in the future. But hey, who do you got to thank that makes the number 51 look good, drive good, and always stay ahead of Dean?
That's the main goal. Something to talk about. You guys for putting this on, all the guys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block sets.
Simple and to the point. The number 51 here tonight, finishing in second, Clay Christopherson, and that retro, mellow, yellow-ish throwback scheme. The driver, though, that's going to finish in P number 3. Well, how about it, Matt? A great run for you. It looks like you're just going to come up just a little bit short after running towards the front all evening long.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating after doing so well, qualifying in the heat, but still being on the podium, you can't especially after 100 laps. I mean, last time I did 100 laps here, I was up to P3 and I got dumped in the last 5 laps, so I'll take that over. I mean, I'll definitely take a P3 over, that again, so.
A great run for you, and you talk about getting dumped and that, but how do you feel about the 100 laps here? It would have been even more disappointing tonight. How was the track, though?
The track was pretty good at the start. It was a lot of trying to figure out the line for me and what I could get to work to get by other drivers. But I think by the end, I think the tires were a little too used up for me, because of trying to get by people, which sucks. But it's the way she goes sometimes. But it was I don't know. I think it was a very racy track.
Looked like a good show out there. You and Roselli had a great battle, and then Lackey was able to get around you guys. And late in this one, Clay Christensen just showed up out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I always know as soon if I see Clay coming up in the mirror behind me near the end, it's kind of it's almost game over. Honestly, Clay's just a master at late race racecraft. It's honestly impressive.
But here tonight, it was all about those paint schemes, and you were able to keep this one looking pretty fresh. Little dirt on it, some dings and dents, but that 91's looking pretty good. Tell us the story behind this paint scheme.
The story was I forgot to get one made, so I just yoinked one off Trading Paints, and I thought this one was wicked, an old Billy Decker Napa car, which is, I mean, after I put it on, I realized you flip the number upside down, and it's still number 16, so that works out pretty good.
Well, great logic there. It still confused the heck out of me, but hey, you got it done here tonight. Who do you got to thank, though, for a great season and a third-place finish here tonight in the season finale?
Just a really big thank you to everybody that's part of the 802 League, especially Dean putting it on, you, Roger, for doing the broadcasts every week, and it's just been a great experience for me and all my other Team Canada buddies for getting to run with, I know, a lot of talent, and it's obviously paid off, and I think we've all improved no matter what. Big thank you to Vertex Graphics for doing a lot of really, really nice designs for me and my buddies, pretty much everybody. Almost everybody in this league, he's done something to. Big thank you to Tessier Mechanical, my girlfriend, and of course, my quote-unquote team that I'm in the Discord with, that we run with all the time. It's been a ball.
Well, it's been a ball all season for Matt Barber here tonight. He'll rally and able to hold that third position. So he takes the third position, and I believe, race fans, I don't think we have our champion standing by with us, but we got Dean Reynolds. Dean, what's the word on the street there, Mr. Bean?
Well, I went over to our Discord and told Sam to come on over, and Scotty goes, he's in the bathroom. So I don't know if he's still there or not. Sam's he's a quiet guy. He does all the talking on the track, but what a year, Roger. I could hear your enthusiasm last couple of weeks by saying this is one of your favorite nights to do. And I tell you, I actually think this is probably the best year we've had in the 802. I mean, we've had some great races, a lot of different winners. I came in with Rob and Brandon saying, I think we might have 10 different winners this year with the field. And I think we came close to that with Chad getting a win tonight. But what a great race. I mean, Sam earned it with the 5 wins. He was the guy to beat. I'm very proud to finish right behind him, and actually kind of shocked if you told me I was going to finish second in the points here. Between Sam and Mike Brewer, I would have thought I wouldn't even taken that bet. So, but just thanks to Gstone Motors, for their help. You can give us this great telecast you do every week, and that's awesome. Thanks to Rob Lowell, who Rob actually graciously gave up the qualifying spot in the Consi to get Glenn Sharp in the race, because Glenn supported us all year, and Glenn had an unfortunate, where he had a toe there in the Conti, and Rob says, just DQ me, let Glenn run. But he spends the money and puts up the servers, and Brandon does all the points, and he helped out doing some paints for the guys, and we got Brandon coming in a couple other leagues so he can get some laps and get some more speed. So, but what a fun year! And I'll tell you what, we invited those Canadians during the year, and took you 4 weeks to get to Rogier, right? And now they're winning. I guess I should not have invited them, huh?
Hey.
Thanks, Dean.
Thanks, Dean. Awesome year. I'm sad to see it go, but we, as Matt and Chad will say, they got their real cars to work on, and this is the time we'll do it, and we'll start back up in November again next year. And Roger, hopefully you're with us again.
Well, it's been a great ride, Dean. Congratulations on the great year here, and second place points finish for yourself. You heard, though, from Dean Reynolds, race fans, that unfortunately our champion may be feeling a little bit under the weather. Sam Bachman, though, will walk away as the champion, picking up 6 feature wins this season. That is a 38% win percentage on the season here for Sam Bachman. He is a well-deserved champion. He is now the Season 3 official champion here with the Gstone Motors 358 Modified Series. But you heard it. This season is in the books, race fans. We actually had 9 different winners through the weeks we've had our feature competitions here with the series. That is the most we've ever had in all 3 seasons. So, what does next year bring? It's going to bring some of the best drivers back from the real world onto the iRacing.com platform to compete with the 802 series. The series that turned from a fun league into a very competitive iRacing series, where any week you can race with some of your favorite stars from the real world here onto the iRacing.com platform. It couldn't be possible, though, if it wasn't from D. Reynolds and our friends over at the Super Dirt Car Series, and it couldn't be possible if it wasn't for the Stone family over at Gstone Motors in Middlebury, Vermont. Race fans, remember, they support us. You need to support them. Make sure you head on out to the races to watch the Super Dirt Car Series over the summer months. They travel the Northeast. They definitely come to a track near you. And, of course, there's one way to travel to see the Super Dirt Car Series. That's by getting a brand new Ford from Gstone Motors. So for everybody at the 802 Series, everybody from Super Dirt Car Series, and, of course, the Stone family, and all of us from the Turn 3 Racing Network, race fans, we don't know if we'll see you next year, but I can tell you, we enjoyed the ride to this point, and until we do see you next time, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at Gstone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. Comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, Service Manager at Gstone Motors.
Gstone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.